Listen to me before you judge, before you comment, before you scroll, before assumptions form, before stories twist, before you decide who I am. I had chances, real chances, heavy numbers, big contracts, cold promises, shiny offers, fast success, loud applause. They waved money like salvation, like safety, like destiny, like manhood, like respect, like power, like proof. They said choose. They insisted choose. They warned me. They mocked me. They laughed loudly. They spoke confidently. They sounded logical. They sounded right. They said money buys happiness, buys peace, buys loyalty, buys comfort, buys freedom, buys future, buys love. But listen carefully. This is confession, not motivation, not fantasy, not exaggeration, not scripted drama, not fake humility, just raw truth. I stood there, contract trembling, hands shaking slightly, heart pounding louder, mind racing wildly, sweat forming slowly, room smelling expensive, air feeling heavy, numbers stared back, with zeros blinking, like hungry eyes, like sharp teeth, like open traps, like golden cages, like silent chains, like polished prisons. And then I thought about her, my wife, my woman, my safe place, my mirror, my weakness, my strength, my truth, my home. She wasn't there, but she was inside me, breathing with me, hurting with me, hoping with me, believing silently, loving stubbornly. I remembered nights, empty wallets, broken plans, cold dinners, shared blankets, quiet prayers, hidden tears, soft laughter. I remembered promises, whispered softly, during hard times, when nothing worked, when dreams collapsed, when hope limped, when faith shook, when fear screamed. I remembered her, saying stay, even if poor, even if unknown, even if forgotten, even if struggling, even if delayed. Just stay true. Money never said, stay with you. Money never said, I believe you. Money never said, we will survive. Money never said, I choose you. Money said, work harder, be ruthless, be distant, be available always, be loyal to me, be cold-hearted, be replaceable. Money demanded, time first, family later, sleep optional, health negotiable, love postponed, presence sacrificed, soul discounted. And I knew, deeply knew, painfully knew, silently knew, dangerously knew, clearly knew this truth. If I chose money, I would lose. Not immediately, not loudly, but slowly, quietly, piece by piece. I would lose my softness, my patience, my laughter, my evenings, my honesty, my presence, my peace. I would come home with riches, but empty, successful, but distant, wealthy, but unfamiliar, powerful, but alone. And she would Smile politely, ask gently how was work, while feeling I wasn't there, even sitting beside, even holding hands. I imagined that, and it hurt more than poverty, more than hunger, more than struggle, more than failure, more than judgment. So I breathed, looked again, at numbers, then inward, at conscience, at vows, at love, at truth. I said no, softly first, then firmly, then finally, with shaking voice, with steady heart, with trembling hands, with clear soul. I chose her over deals, over deadlines, over promotions, over applause, over approval, over status, over ego. I walked away from tables, from suits, from smiles, from empty praise, from golden lies, from transactional respect, from borrowed power. And listen, this is important, very important, painfully important, truthfully important. Life didn't clap, life didn't reward, life didn't celebrate, life didn't post congratulations, life didn't go easy. Bills still came, stress still visited, doubt still knocked, nights still stretched, dreams still delayed, friends still questioned, society still judged. They said foolish, they said weak, they said emotional, they said controlled, they said stupid, they said short-sighted, they said regretful. But every night I came home, she looked relieved, not suspicious. She felt safe, not abandoned. She felt chosen, not postponed. Her eyes said, "Thank you," without words. Her smile said, "I trust you." Her silence said, "I'm here." Her presence said, "We're together." And that feeling, that peace, that warmth, that belonging, that quiet joy, that unspoken strength cannot be purchased. Money never hugged me after failure. Money never waited during illness. Money never believed during weakness. Money never forgave during mistakes. My wife did. She stood when plans fell. She stayed when progress stalled. She believed when confidence cracked. She loved when hope flickered, and slowly something strange happened. Opportunities returned, different ones, aligned ones, honest ones, patient ones, human ones, balanced ones. Work improved, not instantly, but steadily. Health stabilized, mind cleared, focus sharpened, values anchored, direction corrected. Because when home is peaceful, mind performs better, heart works stronger, decisions get wiser, energy flows cleaner, purpose feels clearer. I didn't become rich overnight, but I became whole. I didn't gain millions, but I gained meaning. I didn't win headlines, but I won respect from myself, from my soul, from my ows. And listen again. This is confession, not advice, not preaching, not judging anyone. Some choose money and manage W. If you're still listening now, that means something. inside you stayed. Most people leave after drama, after surface tears, after first emotion, but you stayed because truth doesn't shout, it pulls quietly. So let me go deeper where choices actually hurt. After walking away from money, life tested me immediately harder, not movie hard, not inspirational hard, real hard, ugly hard, late rent, missed payments, silent phones, closed doors, friends disappeared, calls reduced, invitations stopped, respect faded, people love you. When winning, people question you. When waiting, and I waited, long nights, short patience, heavy thoughts, slow mornings. There were moments I doubted myself, not her, never her. Moments when fear whispered, you ruined everything, you chose wrong, and I sat beside my wife while doubt screamed inside my head. She didn't know the battles, she didn't hear those whispers, but somehow she felt it. Women always do. Love senses shifts. She held my hand, not asking questions, not demanding answers, just holding. And that touch silenced voices more than money ever could. Because when fear attacks identity, love restores it quietly, fully. There were days I felt small as a man, as a provider. Society teaches man equals money, worth equals income, respect equals numbers. And when numbers drop, self-worth bleeds, confidence cracks, ego collapses. I felt that deeply, painfully. Nights staring ceilings, questioning masculinity. But she never made me feel less than, less capable. She never said, you failed. She said, we're building. She never asked where money is. She asked, are you okay? That question saved me more than loans, more than deals, because someone caring about you, not your output, is rare wealth. There were mornings I woke early, heart heavy, mind racing. I'd prepare resumes, send proposals, chase opportunities, face rejections, and every rejection felt louder because I chose this harder road. But every evening coming home felt warmer because I chose the right companion. Home wasn't mansion, home wasn't luxury, home was presence, home was peace. We ate simple meals, laughed over nothing, planned imaginary futures, dreamed without shame, and I realized something important. Poverty with unity feels lighter than wealth with distance. Struggle shared becomes bearable. Success alone becomes exhausting. Then one night I broke completely honestly. I told her, I'm scared, I'm tired, I feel behind. I expected silence, or disappointment, or hidden frustration, but she smiled, softly, warmly, and said 4 words, we are okay. Those words weren't denial, they were faith. raw, unfiltered faith. Faith not in money, not in timelines, not in guarantees. Faith in us, and something inside repaired itself. That night, I stopped chasing validation and started building with intention. I stopped asking what pays fastest and asked what lasts longest. I chose work that aligned with values, with balance, with dignity, and slowly life responded, not with miracles, but with movement, small wins, steady progress, earned respect, clean opportunities. People noticed my consistency, my calmness, my clarity, because when your foundation is stable, growth becomes possible. Man, AI eventually returned, not excessive, but sufficient, not loud, but honest. And when it came, it felt different. It didn't own me. It didn't control me. It didn't replace what mattered, because I already chose right when it mattered most. I didn't become rich by choosing love, but I became resilient. I didn't gain status, but I gained stability. I didn't impress crowds, but I protected my marriage and listened carefully. This world doesn't celebrate that. Nobody applauds men who choose presence over pressure, values over vanity. Nobody posts about quiet loyalty, about unseen sacrifices, about delayed gratification. But those choices build marriages that survive storms. Those choices build children who feel safe. Those choices build men who sleep peacefully. I watch others now with money but broken homes, successful careers but empty dinners. They message me quietly, privately, asking how we stayed strong. And I never brag, never preach, never judge. I just say, I chose my wife every single day, because choosing isn't one moment, it's daily behavior. Choosing means coming home early. Choosing means listening patiently. Choosing means defending her name when she's absent. Choosing means protecting peace over proving power, and that's harder than making money. Money is skill, love is discipline, money is strategy, love is sacrifice. Money is external, love is internal. Anyone can earn. With effort, few can stay. With integrity, I'm not perfect. I still fail. I still learn. I still grow. But one thing remains unshaken. If tomorrow money leaves again, I won't panic, because what I chose cannot disappear. I chose partnership over profit. I chose loyalty over leverage. I chose legacy over lifestyle. I chose my wife over money, and that choice keeps choosing me back. If you're listening, still listening, ask yourself, what